and my name is Yulia, and today we're gonna read Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Hard Luck. It's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 8th story. So today we're gonna start reading on a new chapter, Tuesday story, and today we're gonna start reading on Tuesday, and then I'm reading on another chapter. So now are you ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. And first we can read Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Hard Luck. Tuesday. I figured out a pretty good solution to my book problem. This morning I borrowed the roller bag Dad uses when he goes on trips and carrying old school stuff so no sweat. I was able to make pretty good time, but that's particularly because I walk a little extra fast when I went by Mr. Snowdobble's house. Before the snowstorm, Mr. Snowdobble always puts up poles in the ground on either side of a driving way so the guy who paused knows where the peppermint is. The last time it snowed, me and Roy plucked the poles out of Mr. Snowball's yard and started horsing around with them. In garage! But I guess we didn't put the sticks back in exactly the right place because the guy came to pull Mr. Seven's driveway and he was off by about 10 feet. Mr. Savinol's been waiting for me and Rowie to show our faces in front of his house again, so he could let us have it, but I'm not ready for that conversation as yet, especially not by myself. And Mr. Savinol's not only the danger between my house and school 12, ever since they started construction on Grandma Street, we have a detour on the walk home, and that brings us right by the woods where Minko kids hang out. I don't actually know the whole lot about the Minko kids. I've never seen any of them in school so far, and all I know they just live in the woods like a pack of wild animals. But I'm not even sure they're not their parents or grown-ups in the Mingo Khan. I've heard their leader was a boy named Mickley who always wears a tank top and belt with gigantic metal buckle on it. One time, me and Rowie got too close to the woods and one of the Mingo kids have came now to let us know. You came near our roots again. Mickley's gonna get you. And I'm not still sure what he means by that, but if Mickley belt buckled is gonna be implode in any way, I didn't want to stick around to find out. Now that I'm walking home on my own, I have to cross another side of a street when I get near to Mingo's woods. I wouldn't be a big deal except there's no sidewalk over there and I can't be good to Dad's roller bag. Mom haven't noticed. I haven't been hanging out with Rowie lately. She said I shouldn't get too worked over it because my friendships go from childhood don't last that me and Rowie will probably grow apart over years anyway. Well, I hope that's not true because I think it's important for me to keep my childhood friend so that later on someone appreciate how far I've come. Beautiful day, Mr. Halfley. Why, I suppose it is. Yes, I suppose it is. I'm not sure Mon Caulfield to give me the friendship advice anyway because the guy friendship are totally different from the girl friendships. And now I know because I have read is the most single book in the Slumber Party Paul series. A slumber party pars. Teamwork. A slumber party pars. Boyfriend trouble. A slumber party pars. Best frenemies. Before you judge me, and say those books are for girls, let me just explain that the only reason I got into them was because one time I forgot to bring a book into the silent reading, and the only book teacher were in the Slumber Party Par series. And once you have read one of them, you can't stop. There must be something like 100 books in that series. The first 30 or so were pretty good, but after that I think the author started to running out of ideas. The Slumber Party pars. Lizzie loses a mitten. Anyway, in the Slumber Party pars of these two, friends are always getting into fights with each other about a little stuff. You used all of my purple lip gloss because I wanted to wear it to the roller rink. Well, you only wanted to wear it because you knew Justin would be there. But after a while, things always cools down, and the girls learn a true meaning of friendship. I'm sorry I used your lip gloss. I'm sorry I kissed Justin at the roller rink. What? Wait, what? And that's basically a part of every single book in the Slumber Party Paul series. Well, that might be a way things work with girls, but I can tell you firsthand it may not the way it would work with boys. For boys, things are just a lot less complicated. For example, there are always guy breaks something that it belongs to another guy, but that's totally an accident. Well, 5 seconds later, everyone's moved on. Things are pretty much back to normal. We can always just watch TV at my house. I don't know that means guys are less sophisticated than girls or whatever, but I do know the way we can do things are sure saves a lot of time and energy. So today's story is about some Minko boys and some guy that always look for Rowie and Graggly because that Rowie and Graggly have broken up their yard or something and play with a horse ride. So, and another thing is about Slumber Party Paul series story. But Graggly is saying that the boys are most complicated about that. It was a really great story. I'm going to tell you the result of today's story. So today's result story is that Slumber Party Paul series is the only one book that Graggly loves, maybe. So he can't stop reading it, and everyone thinks it's the book for girls, but Graggly reads it. So the story is that Slumber Party pars, the two girls was the best friend, but one girl have fallen in love with another boyfriend. So that other girl that friends with this girl is really angry. So now two of them are not the best friends. And the last day they have said the sorry word. So now they're best friends again. So the friendship is like that. And Graggly is saying, boys boys' friendship is a little bit more complicated than that. It's really funny story. So tomorrow we'll start reading on Friday's story. So now, did you have fun? You Let's English Country. We come back with some these not this story because it might be a new chapter 3 for tomorrow. So now please thumbs up on my YouTube. And now, bye bye everyone.